Mr. Sri Krishna Baukar from Delonic Society's Baramati College of Pharmacy, Baranpur welcomes you in the session of Mixing from Pharmaceutical Engineering. In this part 2, here I am going to cover mechanism of mixing. In case of mechanism of mixing, there are three parts. First one is the mechanism of solid mixing, then mechanism of liquid mixing, and then mechanism of semi-solid mixing. In case of solid mixing, the mechanism involved convecting mixing, shear mixing, and diffusive mixing. So here we need to study each type separately. In case of convective mixing is a type of mixing in which group of particles moves from one position to another position, so that it is also referred as macro mixing. In case of shear mixing is a type of mixing in which shearing force is created within the mass of material by the use of an stirring arm or burst of air. Whereas in case of diffusive mixing, during this mixing, the gravitational force causes the upper layer of material to slip and random motion of individual particles takes place on newly developed surfaces. Then, mechanism of liquid mixing. In case of liquid mechanism, there are four types. First one is four steps. First step is the bulk transport, then turbulent mixing, then laminar mixing, and then molecular diffusion. In case of bulk transport, it is the movement of large portion of material from one location to another location. The movement is done by rotating blades or paddles. In case of turbulent mixing, it is the type of mixing in which is due to the turbulence. Turbulence is a function of velocity gradient between two adjacent layers of liquid. Then laminar mixing, which is alternatively called as streamline mixing. It is a type in which when two dissimilar liquid are mixed through a laminar flow, the shear that is generated stretches the interface between them. In this mechanism, layer folds on themselves. As a result, the number of layers and therefore interfacial area between them increases exponentially with time. And next one is the molecular diffusion. The mechanism responsible for mixing at molecular level is the diffusion resulting from thermal movement of molecules. The primary mechanism responsible for mixing at a molecular level is the thermal motion of the molecules, and which is governed by the Fick's first law of diffusion. According to the Fick's first law of diffusion, the dm by dt is equal to minus dA into dC by dx, whereas dm by dt is the rate of transport of mass across a surface area. Capital D is the diffusion coefficient, capital A is the area across which diffusion is occurring, and dC by dx is the concentration gradient. Now, mechanism of semi-solid mixing. The mechanism involved in mixing semi-solids depends on the character of the material, which may show considerable variations. Many semi-solids from neutral mixture having no tendency to segregate, although sedimentation may occur. There are three most commonly used semi-solid mixtures, and that mixtures are sigma blade mixture, triple roll mill, and the planetary mixture. In case of sigma blade mixture, which contains two blades, which operates in a mixing vessel which has a double trough shape, the blades moving at a different speed towards each other. This sigma blade mixture is used for production of granulation masses and ointments. Then triple roller mill, the differential speed and narrow clearance between the roller develop high shear over small volume of material. The roller mill are generally used to grind and complete the homogeneity of ointments. And in case of planetary mixture, which is utilizes a mixing arm rotating about its own axis and also about a common axis, usually the center of the mixing wheel. The blades provide the kneading action while the narrow passage between the blades and the walls of the can provides shear. So now the next point is the mixture selection. Actually, selection of mixture is the most important parameter for the proper mixing. There are several factors to be taken into consideration while selecting a mixing equipment. And the first factor is the physical property, and second one is the economical consideration. In case of physical properties, we need to take some considerations such as density, viscosity, and miscibility of the contents. While in case of economical consideration, we need to take factors under consideration such as cost efficiency and maintenance. Then the choice of agitator determines the efficiency in breaking up lumps or agglomerates and serves to add shearing, aiding the final dispersion. A brief table showing various agitator type and their respective uses are shown on next slide. The first point is the ribbon mixture. This particular ribbon type of mixture is used for the powders, for granules, for some slurries, mainly free flowing. The next type of mixture is the paddle mixture, which is used for powders, for granules, for some slurries, free flowing, and light pastes. And the third type of mixture is the sigma type of mixture, which is specifically used for sticky materials, thick paste, and slurries. So here I am going to conclude this session or the part 2. So thank you for listening patiently this part 2. So thank you very much.